Hello, lovely viewers out there. Welcome to another tutorial session on matte painting. My name is Michael and I'll be running you through this short demonstration. Okay, so I'll be using the Adobe Photoshop software, as you can see, and my images are already set within the software interface. Okay, so you could see from the tab bar here that my images are set. Okay, so this is my first image, this is my second, and this is my third. Okay, so my first image is more or less my background image to aid the additional tool into achieving my composition. Okay, so it's locked now. I'll unlock the layer and I see more light within this image, so I would go to image adjustment and curves to tone it down a bit, so just within the darker region, just manipulating the curves intersect line here. Okay, so I think I'll settle for this view. Okay, so I'll move my second image onto, it's locked now, so I'll unlock it onto the first layer. So that is it. So it's big, scale it down, then okay, it's freed. So I want to layer mask it and clear out the areas I do not need. So I come down, layers, then this symbol here, click to max my layer, going for the brush tool. Now it's more, so the right bracket, just click on it to increase the brush size a bit, and the left one decreases it. Okay, so I'm increasing it now. Okay, just to erase the size I do not need. Okay, so I think I would settle here for now. Go for the move tool to move my image and to place it where I deem appropriate. Okay, so one thing we must notice that the matte painting also seeks to employ 2 or more images to create a realistic feeling of a landscape. So that is what I have set out to do now. Okay, so I would increase it a bit. Okay, free it. So I would go in for the third one. The third image is locked. Unlock the layer. I'll drag it onto our first composition. So I would, let me close that is the image, the one I do not need as at now. So this one, to free space. Okay, so I'll drag it onto our main composition. All right, decrease it a bit. All right, so freed. So this one I would equally max it to. So come down, layer panel is marked. Going for the brush tool. So first, you must also be aware that the foreground must be black and the background must be white, and that will enable you to mask out your image successfully. Okay, so I need the sky to more or less substitute the sky within the I don't know if it's really a sky, but I want it to be real, just as the technique of matte painting demands. All right, so it would substitute the sky within our first image. Okay, so I'm also trying to place it where appropriate. Okay, so it's there. So it's maxed. The layer is still active. I also want to decrease the size of our brush a bit so that I can make the sky also stand out. Okay, so I think the sky is okay for now. We'll work on the editing later. So we are just placing them within their rightful view there. Okay, so the castle is active now with the move tool. I'm moving it a bit to check out the placement if it's still okay where it's positioned. Okay, so I'm going for my layer mask to do a little bit clearing. The brush tool is active. So do clearing. So as you can see, the image, that is the first one, the deer. Now it has a bumpy landscape. So I'm also taking into consideration the bumpy display of the landscape. I want it to stand out, make it look real. So the stagnant water, I'm trying to clear it at the edge of the bumpy view there within the first image, so that it will assume that it's within that space there. Okay, I think it's okay now. So I still want to work on it. So that it looks real enough. Okay, so I think it's set now. Our castle view is well positioned within the composition. So I'll increase it a bit to see. Okay, so it's also set. All right, so the sky, now we want to add in the tone, and what I'll do is that I'll go to image, and mind you, the third image is selected within the layer, that is the sky. Okay, so image adjustment, then I go to curves. Now I want to also bring in some tone, so I want to bring in some image tone, so I'll play around it, the intersection here. Okay, so that is it there. So it's okay. So I also want to still image the adjustment. I want to give the castle image a little vibrance, so that is it, and also give a touch of saturation a bit on it. As we can see, that is the image that tends to portray some color, because we are trying to play around the image tone here. Okay, so that is it. So the castle there. So I still want to work on the max area, trying to clear it out. Okay, so for the water to stand out, so that is our castle there. It's our castle there. Okay, so we have our image set now. Going for the move tool, it's set, but I still want to bring in some feel of tones, so I'll go in for the bend tool now to give me that kind of so my layer wasn't selected early, so I select any of my space where I want to bend out. Okay, so increase it a bit, bring in. So what the bend tool does is that it gives you that kind of dark feel within the composition. So that is the bend tool there, trying to give a dark feel within our composition. So that is what I'm doing currently, bringing in that dark feel where appropriate. Okay, so still working on it to bring in that dark feel. Okay, so we're going for the dodge tool now to bring in some little shades of light within our artwork. Okay, so I'm applying the dodge and bend tool currently. Okay, so just to bring in some darkness too as well. Okay, so I think our sky is okay. The sky is okay. So with the help of the dodge and bend, we are just trying to bring a feel of darkness in contrast to the light. Okay, so that is it. So this is basically a short tutorial on matte painting. So we have our image well positioned, that is the various images we composed. So I would entreat that you can also go through the various adjustments as well you deem appropriate, which will also bring another feel of your composition. Okay, so thank you and goodbye for now.